right. Welcome to the Health Freedom presentation about the AO Scan Mobile, because truly this is the most innovative device for empowering your health. So I'm going to share. Second, I'll share my slides here. I think I can move this around, a little of this. There we go. So it really is the ultimate health freedom device. Now, a little background. So last November, I was overwhelmed week by week with vertigo. If you've ever had vertigo or had some mysterious physical thing going on in your body, and you've done all the things to bring healing, to bring balance, but nothing's working. That's where I was with vertigo. And the girl on the left, Steph, says, hey, you should try a frequency generating device. And I'm like, I don't know if I trust that stuff, because I already did energy healing and I saw massive results with people as I just did the emotion code and body code. And I'm like, device, I'm trying to get away from screens, but at the same time, we all do know that this can be used powerfully for good or for harm. All these screens, all this technology. So I'm optimistic. Okay, show me something I don't know. I tried this device. 5 days later, my body was balanced out. I had my body steady again, which felt like a miracle to me. I was super, super grateful. So then on the right of me, there is Hannah. Hannah was the first one out of this group to find out about it. And she had a cyst in her breast for 10 years. She could not get rid of. She did one scan, and then she had her ring imprinted with the frequency of cystitis. And 3 days later, the cyst in her breast was gone. So we have seen some amazing things. That's why I'm here. And if y'all are, I'm sure you're onto it in healthcare and asking deeper questions in life. At the bottom of it all is energy, frequency, and vibration. So that's what we're seeing is we shift the energy. So when it comes to health freedom, I see this as two foundational pieces. One, health freedom is only consistent and happening if we defend it, if we maintain this as true freedom without discrimination by defending our rights, maintaining that you are not allowed to, cross certain lines with me. I maintain my health freedom, right? I'm sure some of us have been taking some action towards that as different areas of our lives have been challenged. I'd say more than ever. I've never seen this in my lifetime where my health freedom has been so questioned or challenged. But the other major part of having health freedom is empowering your health, taking responsibility for your own health. And that involves being independent versus codependent on a system, right? Would you all agree? I feel like we all share that passion for independence, not having to run to some other source all the time. So that's what we're exploring tonight, is empowering your health, because you need the best tools. If you're truly going to be free and independent, then you're going to need the best tools there are in the country, in the world. So when it comes to our health issues, I'm sure y'all have done this before. You got to look deeper than the symptoms. Above the surface, you just see the symptoms, but we want root cause solutions. I love my root cause solutions. I want to get rid of the energy that created that end result, that vertigo or that migraine or that continual not seeing abundance breakthroughs. There's so many different ways energies can get stuck. We want to release or shift the energetics physically, emotionally, mentally. So we got to get to the root cause. And as I said, it all comes down to energy, frequency, and vibration. Nikola Tesla was one of those who had this vision for energy. He said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And Albert Einstein said, future medicine is the medicine of frequencies. What was he saying there? You never hear this, until now. The truth is that he and Tesla and Dr. Royal Rife were onto it. They could see that the future would be energetic for healthcare. In 1934, Dr. Royal Rife helped 16 cancer patients become cancer-free by using his beam ray technology, which was frequencies. He dialed in some frequencies, was able to literally explode the cancer cells, or they would completely fall apart, completely non-invasive. It was amazing. And if y'all are not muted, if you could mute, that would be awesome. It's so great. There's so many people in here. I'm trying to go through and see if, oh, there we go. Muted. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's great. Okay, thanks. Sweet. So Dr. Royal Rife, love him. If you have not researched this, it's really worth looking into. Another amazing pioneer, Dr. Emoto, he was imprinting frequency energy, often with words, to crystals, to water. And then he would freeze that water and he would get these impressions. So you see here, like, thank you creates this beautiful crystal, versus the words, I will kill you. When that was put on the water and printed on it, you can see all that chaos. This is true for music. Have you ever seen that when certain people that listen to certain types of music? I mean, even think about it, like somebody that maybe listens to classical music all the time. What kind of person are they? What do they look like? What's your sense of being around them? Or someone that listens to heavy metal, hardcore rap, or heavy metal music. What is their energy like? What do they feel like? What type of actions follow in their life? These are good questions. That's all frequency energy at work right there. We need to pay attention to what we're listening to. So everything is energy. Every cell and organ of the body has its own distinctive vibrational frequency or oscillation. When these oscillations are disrupted, whether by injury, diet, stress, or emotion, it can result in a disruption of that biological function. So when this isn't addressed, this can bring about fatigue, depression, illness, disease, or even death. Over the past 20 years, these vibrational frequencies have been isolated, identified, and cataloged. So it's not just, a great thing in concept, but we literally have dialed in the frequency of the liver, of the vein, and your left temple. Everything has a frequency. So when we can find out where it's in balance, we can also find out how to balance it. So I'd like to be the first to introduce you to the AOScan Mobile. If you have not heard about it yet, this is a pioneering device here. There have been other frequency generating devices, large machines that cost upward of $5,000, $10,000. This one's going to change and is changing the market. This can be put in your hand. Sorry, I'm just going to go through, and if y'all can mute your phone or your device, that would be awesome. Just for everybody else. Okay, I found it. Found the one who was unmuted, I think. So this identifies specific frequencies in the human body using a database of more than 120,000 different frequencies. And these frequencies are the same in every human being. So this was launched in January 2021. That's why you may be like, I haven't heard of it. It is brand new. And before that, yes, you could get the big one for $38,000. So this compact version is housing 80% of the original technology of the larger device. And you can see I'm scrolling through, that's like a frequency playlist. I'm going to show you how that can be created. and then how it can also be used anywhere in the quantum field. So the AOScan Mobile, I want you to think about this like a wellness center, okay? We're going to go into the wellness center. We're going to go into different rooms. And if you're just like, oh my gosh, if I just had that room in my life, then just stay there. I'd love to hear that, especially in the chat. If you have like something where you're like, oh, if that exists, I would love that. And that's how I felt the first time I heard it, all this. I'm like, if this is for real, then I have to experience this. But it was like, I'm like, no, this is a Star Trek episode. Like this may not be real. I had to experiment, of course, on myself and saw great results. So first we're going to go into this room, Inner Voice. This is where we can record 10 seconds of your voice, and it immediately isolates and analyzes 2,000 frequencies across 12 notes in one octave in your vocal tone, pitch, and pattern. So it identifies the emotional imbalances, then creates harmonizing music to balance your emotional state using binaural beats, radionics, and other frequencies. It's soothing music. It's like meditative music. And I think of it like a unique to you sound bath. We all love like healing therapeutic music, but this one is curated for exactly where you are, exactly what you need. And this is for anyone. If they have autism, if they have dementia, if we can get a voice recording, then we can create some balancing harmonics. And we are seeing amazing things with those where you've done everything consciously you could. And you wonder, it's what's subconscious, where could we get into the brain to create more connections? This type of therapy with Inner Voice is phenomenal. It doesn't only scan your voice and create these songs, but it also creates a report. Again, like we're talking about, from that vocal tone, you can hear from people when they are in a place of empowerment or rejection, where they're at. Well, this is reading those frequencies. It's a very scientific. It's not like a, guessing game. It's all dialed in. But here's one example of a report, and it'll show where you could be struggling with your emotional state. And then beyond that, it shows what you could do to support your body. So do you need some more, like in that bottom right corner, it says imbalances and suggestions. You could, work on those different areas that are listed there, or like in the vitals, it suggests vitamin C or B3, so many different things. And the one that just joined, if you could mute, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Here comes, it's a funny thing. I've got to figure out how to mute upon entrance. So it's fascinating. You get to immediately see what's going on with your body and where you could potentially support yourself right then. So then another room that we're going to walk into is the vital scan. This scans the energetic state of your blood biology, over 600 items. It identifies the energetic imbalances in areas such as toxins, hormones, micro or macro minerals, allergies, sensitivities, heavy metals, and much more. This program then sends you balancing frequencies to guide the body towards homeostasis. So we're not just scanning and finding out what's wrong, but immediately sending those subtle energy frequencies to help bring that body into greater balance. You could think of the vital scan as like a blood test or a urine analysis. So that's vitals. And this is a glance at those reports. On the right side in gray, that's like before you've received the balancing frequencies. That's showing what was shown to be in or out of balance. Then your body is sent frequencies. And then you can see in most cases, it often looks like this, many, many greens. Yes, simply by sending a frequency shifting the sulfur level into a more optimal state in your body. It doesn't always do that. So that's where a vitals report that shows a red before and a red after, that's super helpful for, okay, that's an area of imbalance in my life. What do I need to do something to support it more? Is there something I could do? And you can research that. And again, what we're talking about here, health, freedom, empowering you to make choices and be educated on what's going on in your body. So the next one is comprehensive scan. You could think we're going into a room like an MRI or a CT scan. This provides a comprehensive look at how the imbalances from the inner voice and the vital scans may be affecting your anatomy. It includes multiple options for custom scanning and optimizing areas of interest or need. So if your left ankle needs support, if it is not functioning as it should, you want to scan and optimize that ankle every day. If your nervous system, you need to scan and optimize your nerves. If it's a chromosome issue, you can scan and optimize that. You can see right here, like I have hearing loss, so my ears need scanning and optimization. So that is comprehensive scan. And here's a glance at those reports. There are pages and pages of those reports generated. This is just a look at the liver, detail of the liver. Ideal is number 5. 9 is like overactive, or you could say that one is more chronic, like ongoing. And number 1 is acute. It's just something that's popped up in recent weeks or even in a year, and it's just more recent issue. So you get this information on your body. Besides that, you also get detailed reports on how the body could mute, there we go, how the body could look. We have 3D reports so you can see exactly what's going on with the body. Sorry, I went a little fast, but it is quite amazing. In fact, let me show you. I want to show you what this looks like because it is too cool. I want to show you the comprehensive report over here. Okay, this is also from an easy scan. This is 3 scans you can do back to back. I got chakras going on here, your meridians, all this detail, what's in and out of balance, like this kidney meridian. Is there something going on there? Because it's both blue before and after, blue meaning low. Is there something that could be done to support the kidney meridian? If you do any energy healing, see if it's an energetic block, find and release that. So this is a summary of the things that were out of balance. It's not like, oh my gosh, there's so many things out of balance. Let me show you the bigger report where everything is in balance. I'm just scrolling down to the comprehensive report. So again, you can come down here and look. Okay, well, I don't know where this nerve is. I can click on the text and immediately you can see this 3D view of the body. I like to know, have y'all ever had an MRI and had this kind of view of the body? It's just amazing. And then you can look at different views of the body as well and see exactly what is going on, why, and you know, it's curious to see, is that consistent? We want to do multiple scans to see, and you want to do that. And if you are ever getting blood work done or any other type of scanning, you want to see if it's consistent, because no scan is 100% accurate. We like to act like it is, but it's actually not. So to make major health decisions off of one scan, you really need to do more than one. And that's true for this as well. But this is one of the most accurate ways to scan and optimize, because we're using very dialed in frequencies right here. So the back to the comprehensive report, the next room I want to take you into is Cepheid, subtle energy frequency imprinter. And this is really one of my favorite things, because you can choose from this list of well over 700 specific things. I mean, allergies, depression, diabetes, energy boost. I mean, as you're looking over this list, if you see one, you're like, oh, I'd like more of that. If you could put that in the chat, I'd love to hear, what could you use more? What frequency would you turn on today? Because there are so many awesome ones. There's a whole other library that has specific things, like this right here is going to show you very specific imbalances going on with the body that you could help support. We want to support our body to deal with and get rid of those things. So I like to call this the powerhouse of the device, and it is using scalar wave technology. So you can imprint items, or you can broadcast frequencies to anyone around the world, or even in space, because this technology was originally used to support astronauts in space. The Russians were using this to help increase bone density in their astronauts. They were coming back healthier than the American astronauts, and it had a lot to do with the frequencies that they were using. That was in the 70s. It's about time we get this technology for ourselves. So that's what we can do right here. We can create playlists, lots of things with the Cepheid frequencies. Again, here's just using that. First, when it comes to objects, we can imprint objects. I'm clearing the energy off of that water. And then you can also do it for jewelry, for gems. Gold and silver hold a great frequency. Can clear that frequency energy, and then you want to imprint that item. So yes, you can imprint jewelry. We have our own type of products that are, I'm going to show you those in just a minute, but it's awesome to be able to do this. There's another way you can scan the body and find out exactly what you need to imprint. If you need a homeopathic frequency, if you need a flower, if you're familiar with Bach flowers, we do have the frequencies for those flowers as well. You can imprint that to an item or broadcast it to a person anywhere, or even to a pet. Yes, you can do your pets, you can support your animals, and you can do places. If you want to broadcast a sleep well playlist over your whole family at night, I definitely recommend it. We want to put sleep well, peace, calm, tranquility, inner peace. There's one for dreams. You want to, maybe you want to put parasite detox overnight on the whole family. There's a lot you can do with the frequencies. Now, with any energy work, you want to see what is best and optimal for your family. For me, I can put on a playlist and have those frequencies running all night. But others, they only need like 2 minutes and then their body's good. And if you kept playing the frequencies through the night, it would keep them up. So you just, as you get a device and start using it, you find out what works best for your body. And when it comes to frequencies, people are like, okay, well, how long do I run it? And when do I run it? I can't tell you exactly. You need to experience it with your body, see what's helpful. If an increase, do multiple, like frequency, maybe 2 minutes of one for migraines 3 times a day, and see if that's what helps to bring some positive changes in your body. And if you already have a device, I encourage you to use it, use it. Try it on every area of your life. That's the thing. So we have so many cool gadgets or new protocols, but this could potentially, I won't say replace, I can't say that, but it could be an answer or a solution on many fronts that you just weren't familiar with. Here's another version, another thing. We're going into another room. Let's say you just got quick time. You don't have a lot of time to do a 6-minute scan, which is not much time anyway. You just want to do a quick scan. This is going to be a minute long, and then it's a 10-second voice recording, and then it gives you a 2-minute audio recording, so you can listen to that again, bring those balancing harmonics to your emotions. And it also will show you the supplement library. It'll show you what's going on there. Like if you have some supplements you're resonating with or you need. And it's a great way to jumpstart your day. You can see these other 3-minute boosts: supercharger, focus, zen, grounding, neuro aerobics, all again, beautiful ways to support your body throughout the day. And like I mentioned, the supplement library it's so cool. This whole other room. If y'all have had enough and you're like, whoa, this too. It's awesome. We can capture the energetic signature of your supplements, your essential oils, your homeopathics, and more. We can categorize them, store the frequency, and then the quick scan identifies which supplement is most in resonance with you at that moment. So you know what? I'm just going to show this to you because, again, it's too fun. Going to go up here. So this is like a demo of the device. I'm going to show you the easy, not easy scan, quick scan. It's evening. So let's say I've already scanned in my vitamins, the ones that I currently have. We'll use my supplements. We'll see if there's any certain exercise I could benefit from. And then general, I have a big list of energies of the homeopathic frequencies that are in the device. So then I just scan my voice. I talk for 10 seconds. And ideal would be if I have this bone conducting headset on, and this would be done on the device. This is the bone conducting headset. And you can see right there, that's what I need. I need sulfur, bromium. I don't know all of my homeopathics. Ultimate emotions is one of the Cepheid frequencies as well in our homeoenergetics menu. Apparently I could use some yoga before bed. That's awesome. That came from like that exercise thing. And then those other two homeopathics. So what I can do right then, if I had it on my phone, it would look, which the device is a phone, but it's ideal just to have this uniquely for the AO app alone. And then I can put my water right on the screen. I'm going to hit that imprint button, and this is how it would look as it's imprinting, and you've got, let's say, a glass of water sitting on the screen or whatever you're going to take. So that's how that works. So just bouncing back over here, and the supplement library. So we've explored a bunch of awesome rooms. So if this is where I am curious, as you can see, this is about upgrading your vibration. And this is how much the device costs. It's $4.95. There's no sign up fee. It does have a monthly subscription of $149. And that's how you get all the updates. I have seen this device increase, I was going to say tenfold, just about, because our founder, who I've come to know, Lauren Swenson, he is an amazing man, such a heart for people. He likes to say, serve people first, profit follows naturally. I love his vision for empowering people's health first. So he insisted on, we're not going to do lots of tiers on the subscription. We're not going to cut out certain things for certain people who maybe they can or can't afford it. We're just doing $149, and then we're going to keep adding to the device. Like the newest thing that has been added is body systems. I can't even explain it fully because it's still so new. It's where you can do your connective tissue or your digestive system or your endocrine system, and whatever system needs some love, needs some frequency balancing, then you can focus on that and do that scan and optimization daily. If you're like, you know what, I get this, I love frequencies, everything you're saying, this is the future, we've got to do this, and you're like, I'm going to be telling friends, then I'd encourage you to become a quantum living advocate. That's what I am. And that's because I am an advocate for you to live in a quantum way, because quantum frequencies, the quantum field is the future, where we're able to do non-invasive health balancing to the body. So one more thing here, before I take some questions and get back to the chat. Let's look at what could pair well with a frequency generating device. And that would be items that hold a frequency even better. This is an INX bracelet. I have actually a couple. I like this one better. This has tiger's eye and magnets. And then the black beads are this amazing substance called cybin. So these bracelets, and there's also a necklace and some foot inserts for your shoes. They create powerful negative ions. It helps protect against CMFs, balancing, grounding, and strengthening. Literally, if we were in person, I would demonstrate this for you right now, and you'd have this like, whoa, what did that just do? It can increase your balance, your strength. It holds frequencies for up to a month. So it's an ideal item to imprint those frequencies on. And this cybin material is very rare. It's only in northern China, and we are the only ones who have rights to distribute this outside of China. This is paired with tourmaline and silicone in these bracelets. So I just love these. I'm going to see if this video loaded. This was just at the Health Freedom event, and I was demonstrating it. If you were there, you saw, or maybe you even did this thing. If you've done this little exercise I do with people to test your flexibility before and after, please put it in the comments. We'd love to hear how that was for you. But for some reason, my little video is not working. So it does, it affects the body straight away. So yes, you can catch me wearing these any day of the week, and they get charged in the sun. That's how you can do that, like once every 2 weeks. So nothing beats experience. You know, I can talk about it all day. But if you're like me, I'm like, show me the thing. Like, I want to experience it for myself. So whoever invited you to this call definitely wants to help empower you to use this. And so that the best way to experience it is with a complimentary demo scan. Some people are starting to charge for those demo scans, but if you're on this call, I'm sure they'd be happy to do it for you complimentary, because you just had a really cool tour of this Quantum Wellness Center. So I get to share this disclaimer. The information shared here is intended for personal use and not for the practice of any healing art, except where permitted by law. No representation contained in these materials is intended as medical advice and should not be used for diagnosis or medical treatment. The AO Scan Mobile is not a medical device. It does not diagnose, treat, or cure any disease. Officially, we call this an educational device. So, bringing it back to that health freedom, we want to educate ourselves. We want to educate ourselves and ourselves. Sometimes we educate gently with frequencies, and sometimes it's by seeing the reports. So here's a few questions to consider. I'm going to take some Q&A here in just a minute. I want to hear your questions. But here's my questions to also leave with you. What do you have right now that easily gives insight to your body with detailed reports in just a few minutes? And if a loved one were to go into the hospital, say with the virus that's been going around lately, do you have a way of supporting them electronically or energetically? This isn't electronics, it's energetically. It's in the quantum field with subtle energy. Do you have something that you could use? What kind of health issues could you avoid or could be avoided if you optimized your body daily with the use of frequencies? And I'd love to know if you're optimizing in some way, please share with us. It's important. This is the future. This is how we maintain our balance in our health, making sure that we are optimizing. You know, you guys are caring about your diet, your energy. We're all like taking it up a notch because we see that, yeah, I got to look out for myself. I got to make sure that I'm in optimal health. So it's worth thinking about those things. So I'd love to take some questions. And if you want to put those in the chat, feel free. And like I said, the bottom line here is about putting your health back into your hands. This is putting that wisdom, that insight into what's going on in your body so you can make educated choices about what to do for your body. So there we go. And I'm going to switch back over here and check out the chat. Is the device protected against EMFs? It is not like protected. It would be a good idea to do one of those EMF protector things on the actual device. This is a cell phone, so it does interact with EMFs. I have some friends that they like to even put it in those things that kind of block the EMFs, but yet they can still get a cell phone signal. So the reason that we sell this as a device with the cell phone is because you want a dedicated device for this. You don't want this, you can't just get the AO scan on your iPhone and then expect it to work the same way. It doesn't work like that. I wish it was that simple, but it's you need something that energetically is just for this. So, sorry. I mean, Lindsay's saying it does block the EMFs. It does when it's doing a scan, like when it's just sitting here. I don't know exactly. I'd be curious to find out. But when it is scanning and optimizing, I do know it has programs built in to block it at those times, just to clarify. So thanks, Lindsay, for saying that. And yeah, Michaela, I'm so glad you did that exercise. Yes, anyone in Canada can sign up. And the glasses are for color therapy. That's where I'll pop over here and I can show you one more of these awesome reports that it creates. I'll share my screen and here we go. So here is the report from the Inner Voice. It's going to show you what colors you would benefit from. Like in this case, red. My body needs more red, or like this. I swear, every single day I get the gold, and it just about every day. This is just one of those, I guess, subconscious emotional issues I have, being vulnerable with you guys. I think it stems from childhood. We all got things that happen to us. Low self-esteem versus self-accepting. And then it gives insight into what color would be most beneficial. That's where I would want to wear that gold color to help the body balance some more there. But it is just fascinating what these reports show. And that's something that you will receive when you do the demo scan. So the price for one pair. How do you choose the color? So you can get the glasses. They're all these different colors. It's like full color of the rainbow through our website. And I think, I don't know exactly how many colors, but it's a lot. You don't have to choose that color because it just comes with all of them. Why is the monthly fee so much? Can you pay 3, 6, or 12 months and save? We don't have that option yet. Maybe in the future. There are so many areas of this company. I've been watching it, grow over the last year. And there are some things where it's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. They're constantly doing things here. Whereas like a payment plan like that, they just haven't done that yet. It could easily be part of the future. So for now, it's just a $149 per month. So a few people have done readings on it and it is low. Okay, thank you, Tara, for the EMFs. Yeah, it is low. So do you need it to be connected to Wi-Fi or anything for the program to function? Great question. Yes, you need it to be connected to Wi-Fi. So forgive me that I don't know exactly on the EMFs, but I guess that would mean if we're not using it with a cell phone signal, we're not using it with EMFs at all. But yes, you need a Wi-Fi signal. And then since it is a cell phone, if you're like, hey, I'd like to use it everywhere I go and keep it with me, then you want to add a SIM card to it. And you can do that. There's a number of inexpensive ways to add a cell phone card to it. So do you ever run any specials or purchase % off monthly? In July, we ran a special where to become a quantum living advocate, it was 50 cents instead of $50. But no, a lot of companies are like every month, pressure, do this now. If you don't do it by this date, then you don't get that deal. We're still young on that side of our company because yes, this has that network marketing component. And there's like no high pressure things, get so many people by this date and you get this extra bonus. We just don't have that yet. I know that they're going to expand as a company and have more options and more things to empower you. Overall, we can say in brief, the compensation plan is generous. For example, if you got a phone today, you ordered that, tomorrow you show a friend and they're like, I absolutely want one, then you would get basically 50% of the commission of that sale. So the team that we're all working together, we want to see you thrive in every arena. Yes, including financially. So if you need us to jump on the call and do on the phone with a friend or someone and share the same information, we want to connect. We want to help you empower your audience. If you're ready to communicate this to your audience or have a podcast. So is the price per pair of glasses? I believe the glasses are like $109 for those colored glasses. When I first heard about all this and I was just warming up, I got some plastic glasses off of Amazon. Probably shouldn't say that. The ones we sell are just high quality. They're the best type of lenses and they're really easy because you can just put with magnets. It just connects to the frames of the glasses. So they're the best kind of colored glasses you can get. So what scans do I run on myself daily? That's a great question, Mary. Every day I am going to do the easy scan because why I love this one is I'm going to do 3 scans at once back to back. So when I hit easy scan, it's going to go through inner voice, then vitals, and then comprehensive. And then it's going to give me the balancing harmonics to listen to right away. And it's going to show me what supplements I need to imprint, either physically take or imprint. I like to start my day by imprinting it to my first glass of water. And then I always make sure to send myself you just email the reports because you can't like access reports a few days from now through the device. The way that you keep your reports is by emailing them to you. This is great because this also helps like guard your privacy. So you're the only one with that copy of those details on your physical body. Can you sell it as a Canadian, Liz? I love this question. I cannot wait till you can. It's not yet, but wait, it will happen. We just opened up in Australia. I am so excited. I just talked to an awesome Australian this evening. Just opened our doors there. You know it's coming. To me, Canada's next. If I had a choice, of course. But as soon as the doors open in Canada, oh guys, I'm sure you know. I don't know about y'all, but I found abroad sometimes there have been people more receptive to frequency energy devices than I found at times in the States. If you end up being an advocate as well after using the device and seeing it works well, how are you compensated? So I started to answer that. So initially you get that like 50% on it's not just initially, every device you sell, you're going to get about 50% of a commission, $250. Like, that's, show me a better first off commission that doesn't change later. Beyond that, of course, you're going to make be compensated beyond that as well. It gets a little complicated. We do have a lot of videos on Solex LLC on YouTube. Lindsay, if you could put that in the chat, that'd be awesome. Solex LLC, or even a link to their YouTube channel. That's where you could look on that channel for the compensation plan if you want to see more details on that. Is the phone like a regular phone? Yeah, it is a phone that can work just like a phone, but you don't want to add your social media apps, multiple apps. You don't want a lot of other energetics going on with this phone. You just want to use it to connect with either those you're working with, or ultimately this is just working in the quantum field. So it's awesome. The only reason I like having the SIM card is so that I can, sometimes I'll turn on a scan and then start driving. So it's just scanning me while I'm driving, or from any location. Like, we just this weekend, we were moved outside of the building away from the Wi-Fi. And I'm like, no worries, I got my SIM card, we're good. So yeah, you would ideally need a data plan for the phone. That's not included with it. That, yeah. And Victoria, I'm a therapist. How many clients could I add to the device and save their energetic plan profiles? Love this question. It's unlimited. It's unlimited. You know, that would be a great place. You could make money if you wanted to. Again, our founder's like, no way, we are not limiting this. We want anybody and everybody to be able to put all their clients on it. So as many clients, I have, yeah, I have no idea. I wonder if anybody's using hundreds of clients yet, but you just create their profile, create their energetic, essentially their energetic imprint in the quantum field. You're going to need their photo and a few basic details about them. You'll experience it like what details are needed when you go through a demo scan. So are you limited to a certain amount of scans? No. Again, you could charge for this stuff, but we're not doing that. You can do as many scans as you want. Now, if I do an easy scan right now and then try and do it in 10 minutes or 15 minutes, it's not going to let me. The easy scan is more of a robust scan. Same with vitals or comprehensive. It's going to force me to wait for 2 hours or 2, 4, 5 hours. I recommend waiting about 4 to 5 hours between scans. If you're really needing support for your body and you're like, I feel great continuing to do lots of energetic scanning and optimizing, then try that out. But for some people, one scan and optimization, they're like, okay, that was good. I feel good. I'm, occasionally, just like any therapy where you're experiencing some type, there can be like a processing effect or maybe a healing response where the body feels a little out of balance for a little bit, but that's rare in this case. What I've experienced is that the body absorbs the frequencies it needs, and that which it doesn't just really bounces out of that energetic field. So personal stories. What made you want to move forward with this yourself? Number one, having my physical body back and no longer having vertigo. That was huge. Then when I showed it to my mom, the first time I did a scan with her, she's like, Julie, I do not know if this is from God, because she's, conservative, love my mom. I'm not sure, keep it away from me. And, some people are slow to adapt to things. A few weeks later, she's got back pain. I'm like, Mom, please let me try this. I have a frequency for back pain. Let's just scan and optimize your body. She's like, okay, but I need to pray first. And so she did. And then we did her scan. And then like 10 minutes after we did the scan, she's like, Julie, what happened to my back pain? Like that, what happened here? That's just the very beginning for me. And I had to do a bunch of those before I would tell anybody. Some people, they just hear about this. They know what this entails and they could share it with others tomorrow. I needed to test it out for myself. And then if anybody else has a story to add who has a device, you are welcome to jump in here and unmute yourself. I'd love to hear a brief story because we have a whole Facebook page. I'm gonna put that in the text so you guys can come join us. Quantum Essentials in Facebook. I know we need a Telegram one. I actually did just start a Telegram one. I need to start sending everybody there because we know Facebook could be gone tomorrow, just like it was. We had a little test run on what happens if Facebook goes down, but that's what we have for now. I also have a Telegram group. So anybody with a testimony? Lindsay, are you still out there? Christy, do you have anything you want to share? There's two awesome Christies. Mary, Sue.
Juliana,
Yeah.
I have a testimony. Hang on, my camera's off, isn't it? Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay.
Hi,
Is it
Mary.
on? Is it on?
Yeah.
I have no idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have a lot of testimonies, but my absolute favorite one so far is my 17-year-old, and yes, I have permission. Her stomach was hurting. Her stomach hurts a lot. It's usually dairy, or she's eaten something she shouldn't, or and I did a vitals on her, and it wasn't stomach. It was her appendix. And I didn't tell her. I just, did all the stomach things I would normally do for her. Like I gave her some supplements and enzymes and a heating pad and some oils, and we prayed, and I had her do some breathing, and I knew it was appendix. And I mean, like, she had a white ring around her mouth, and her face was red. She was in so much pain. And I thought, okay, Jesus, what are we going to do here? Yeah. And then I remembered that she and I'd gotten in a really big argument the night before. So it was very emotional. So I did inner voice on her, and I had her listen to those frequencies the whole time. She thinks it's her stomach.
Mm-hmm.
And I had her sit and listen to the frequencies, and the waves of pain stopped coming. Wow. And so it must have been a few hours, because the system allowed me to do vitals again, and her appendix was in the green.
Wow.
And then when it was over, I said, hey, sweetie, like, it was your appendix. It wasn't your stomach. Yeah. So that was really amazing. Because I mean, all things indicated it was her stomach.
Yeah. And yet there you go. You had that insight.
And to be totally transparent, I would not know what to do for her appendix physically.
Yeah.
I would have to go get a book and do some research. But yeah, just knowing that it was completely emotional and listening to those frequencies, it was a couple of hours. It stopped it completely. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. It paid for the device 10 times. So
exactly. Mm-hmm. When you see that shift happen, you're like, that 150 meant nothing. Like, absolutely. I am so grateful. Thank you for sharing that, Mary. Yeah. That's great. Yeah. Anyone else want to jump in here and
share? I can share some. I've had several experiences with my children, but last night was one that really surprised me. I have an 8-year-old son who has a lot of trouble expressing himself, and he was just having a really rough night. And so I did inner voice, and he laid down, and immediately in his first harmonic, he started crying. And he looked at me and said, Mom, I just thought about Elijah. Elijah was the baby I miscarried when he was 1 year and 6 months old. I never knew that he had any effects from that. And he's 8 years old now. And so he released that trapped emotion last night. And we would have never known. Wow. And so he went to sleep and he was fine. Inner voice I've been using for my daughter. Okay. I'm using it for my daughter who is scared of COVID because my parents have different conditions and she's scared they're going to get COVID. And I use it for her and she sleeps better at night. So we use a lot of those. We used it all through COVID for our whole family, and it helped us. Okay. It helped all of us. I really believe, because I'm asthmatic and I had pneumonia within 3 days of getting COVID, but we kept the scanner running and we all got through it without any major events.
Awesome. Wow. Thank you for sharing. I was having full body chills as you were sharing. It's just the most amazing thing how we have heard of things like that where trauma that we could have never accessed, you could have done all the conscious work, but the inner voice was just accessing and helping the brain release what needed. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I never get tired of these stories. It's the best. Anybody else want to jump in here?
I can add something.
Yeah, Lindsay.
I of course, like Julie and I've known each other for a really long time, and she always introduces me to everything she finds, or I introduce her to what I find in love. But I had studied energy for a long time because I'd been going to kinesiologists, and I had been healed from energy for, I'm sorry, I'm going to move out of the thing. I'm babysitting. That I had been getting a lot of healing just from the energy work that I was getting. So when this came along, I was like, I knew that it had to exist. If we can have harmful Wi-Fi and harmful energy out there and people using it for bad, we can actually somehow use it for good. And so when this existed, I was like, of course, I have to have this. And we talked a little bit about it. And then I just jumped in one day, and I'm so glad I did. And I honestly just trusted, because I knew that we were sitting on gold here, something that was going to be probably in the next 10 years. We're going to hear about it more and more and more, and people are going to be taking their health in their hands. And you hear of people having mysterious diseases all the time, or they wake up one day and the doctor says they have stage 4 cancer. And for me, something like this gets to the root of the issue before it gets to something that you have no clue what you have, and then you don't know what to do about it. And so, and the emotional aspect of it, I love those testimonies. I actually have worked with one of my clients is autistic, and he's been using it every single day. His mother plays an inner voice every day, and I don't know the point system, but his speech is improved by 2 points, what she said the other day. And people are blown away by how it's helping him. And then I've had other clients who have done one scan, and the next day they pass parasites because their body is coming into alignment, into homeostasis. And when it does that, there's certain things that just can't survive anymore. And your body's going to start detoxing things that don't belong there, that doesn't serve your body, because it's aligning more and more and more with its true state, and it's creating space to heal itself. So that's why I'm so excited about it. And I'm so glad all of you are here tonight. So yeah, anyway, that's my story.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for sharing. It's true. I could share some details on parasites in my own life. Y'all don't even want to know, but turn on those frequencies. In the beginning, the thing I had the most success with was the constipation frequency. People are like, my 5-year-old's pooping. I kept getting like poop emojis in my texts because people are getting results. It's great. And Victoria asked a great question in terms of sending frequency to your clients. Is there a maximum distance they have to be from the device? Like when you're sending it to them, I like to keep it approximately a 6-foot distance from the device. But a number of practitioners that use this all the time, they don't worry about it. And they said it, as far as they're concerned, it hasn't affected the results of their clients. Like they'll just be using the device and it's sitting next to them. I think ideal, optimal is to keep it away from all other electronic devices. Definitely keep it away from your router. And then I like to keep my energetic field a few feet, about 6 feet away from the device while I'm scanning someone. And I saw another good question from Liz about what would you charge for a scan. I'm charging $35 for my demo scan, but after that it's $150, and it's worth more, I can tell you that much. Then another way that I do services with the device is 5 days of frequencies. COVID recovery playlist has been something I've played a lot for people, because guess what? They have lost their smell and their taste. I mean, you can make a whole market on that. One of our friends, Edie, if she were on this call, she would be like, oh my gosh, I got the story. When I did her demo scan, she had no like taste or smell. An hour later, she had it back and she was in total shock. How is this is possible? We don't know. Do you need 5 days of frequencies before your body starts to have a positive shift? Do you need something more than frequencies? We don't know, but let's try. If we can do non-invasive, simple touch of a button to generate a new energy shift for you, to me, it doesn't get any easier than that. So that's what we have. That's why I love it, because I was doing one-on-one energy healing sessions. Love them. Love my clients with Emotion Code. But ultimately, it can be tiring after 7-8 hour day of doing energy healing. And I was in my heart asking God for, is there a way I could be more effective in less time? And this is an amazing new benefit to my practice. So is it, and yeah, you can send the frequency to your client from any distance. If they are in our solar system, as far as I understand, because like we're talking about, it was used to support astronauts. So yes, I have heard and seen results with people in Jordan, in Scotland, in Australia, all over the world. It doesn't matter the distance. So I love that. And is it easy to convert from like it would be like from a preferred customer? You can sign up just as a preferred customer, and then you can become a quantum living advocate later. Yes, you're welcome to do that. No worries. And it's not difficult at all. You just call and let them know. You might be able to do that in your back office. So it is, Cicely, it is so innovative and versatile. It's awesome. What is the technology called? It's called the AO Scan Mobile, and it is based, yep, their research, are there research papers available? I would love that. Not that I know of. And I am one digging through the bowels of the internet to understand everything about frequency energy. It would be very interesting to learn more. I am with you, Victoria. I want to, and that's the thing for skeptical clients. It's true. Like you can have an energetic field of like, no, just like if you're praying for someone or you want to do energy healing for someone, you cannot against their will. Of course, that would be a violation of their will if you're like trying to change them. We need people that are open. Of course, we need some degree of openness. It can just be curiosity. And then they say, you know, it's fine. You've told me about the frequency thing, 5 days of frequencies, let's try it. And then let's just see. Some people may like, you know, eating, smell and taste in an hour. What? We don't know exactly how their body is going to react. But for me, I'm always sending it with a prayer for their highest and best good. So I can't wait to learn more and get more research. There is a Solix University. When you sign up and you're like, okay, I don't even know where to start. Number one, I'd say start with the easy scan. You just push one button and you just receive energetically. And then you can listen to the balancing harmonics. That's the other thing. If you have the device, do your inner voice every day. It is very powerful. It's literally, a doctor that we work with in our company says that a week of using inner voice listening morning and evening is equivalent to a year of psychotherapy. So just like we heard from Christine, like there are things you can access in the subconscious that it's amazing to me that we can do this with the inner voice. So it's still, I think, new to all of us in some ways, Victoria. I like to basically say, we have faith to dial a phone number and then it works through in an invisible way from any location. We have faith to pray. If you've ever been someone who prays and believes God, which ultimately we're saying, please mobilize your energy to shift this situation. That, but the exact science, this is in the quantum field, and you cannot, just like we're saying, your thoughts of your degree of openness is going to help your body and your cells to receive it. Like a thing I like to ask when I'm doing energy healing, I want to see before I get started with them, is their body open to healing? They might be saying consciously, but there may be some subconscious things I need to release and then get started with them. So, and the headphones come with the device. There are audio headphones, just normal, similar to what you get with an iPhone. And then this is the bone conducting headset that also comes with the device. You just put it on like so. It sits on the bone in front of your ear and then plugs into the device. And this is just an optimal way to do your scan and optimization. If you aren't able to get to that, it's still going to work in the quantum field. Exactly how much of a difference it makes in accuracy, I can't tell you exactly. I just know that it does improve accuracy when we use our headset like that. So you do not need to add that bone conducting headset when you're checking out. It comes with the AO scan. So that's a great question. I'm glad I can help you with that, because there is a Bluetooth one, and then there's the an additional one when, you know what, it already is coming with the device. So you don't have to worry about it. So any other questions? And then we'll wrap up here. I'm so grateful to connect with you all. It really is a beautiful place that we're all coming into. I have so much hope. As we are being challenged in some of us are experiencing some challenge with our health freedom. It is important that we do take up the reins, that we take responsibility for our health. And part of that is equipping ourselves with the best information, and not just that, but the ideal optimal therapies. That's the best thing. And how many advocates are there in the world? I don't know. I think it's a few thousand. I mean, we're just getting started. So imagine doTERRA in year 1. Yay. There's some opportunity here. That's what we were telling ourselves in January. You saw that picture of the 3 girls with me? We were doing a photo shoot in the dead of winter. Remember January 6th? Our country is like going nuts, and we're like, what on earth is happening to the US? We were doing a photo shoot, holding faith and realization of knowing this is the future. And we gathered in Houston, and we were like, we have got to create marketing around this. We've got to get the word out. So know that beyond getting a device, you're coming into a team that is passionately for you and your family, and helping you understand this and feel really confident in using it, and then also sharing it. So much so we're actually doing a online training for those that are like, okay, let's do this as a business. I want to take this to the next level. We're going to have a 5-hour training on November 5th, I believe it is. Well, when you get your device, we'll bring you in our team Facebook group and give you all the details, and off we go. Because we're a tribe, man. Just like, that's why I love what we just experienced with the Health Freedom for Humanity. Everybody who's there, we're all still glowing from the joy of being with like-minded, like-hearted, passionate people who know who you are and know what you're about and know where you're going. And we are, as a group, looking for the best tools to help ourselves, help our families, help our friends. And to me, this is an answer to prayer. All of humanity has been crying out for a solution or new breakthroughs in these major crippling diseases. It's only time until the blueprint is divinely given and we start to receive new technologies. And I believe, obviously, this is one of those pioneering technologies right here. So let's join together. So I'll wrap up here. I just want to say thank you so much for being here. It is wonderful to have you, and please reach out to whoever brought you onto this call. So good to see y'all and connect with you again. So many of you that we just were together. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Bye for now. Good night.